Now, if you visited Evelyn's Park lately, you've probably noticed Move One Place On, the amazing Alice in Wonderland sculpture. Here to tell us all about it is the sculptor herself, Bridgette Mongeon. Hello, Bridgette.
Hi, it's so good,
It's good to see you. This thing is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Where did the idea come from?
Well, Jerry Rubenstein purchased this land and gave this section as a memorial for his mom. And originally he wanted me to do Evelyn, but then he went to New York and he saw the piece in New York and he brought some pictures back in Central Park.
Right.
And he brought some pictures back and he said, oh, I like this. So I came up with some designs and this is what ended up being here.
How does it come to life? How does it go from your idea to what we see here?
Well, I use a lot of traditional sculpting and digital technology. I've written a book on it, 3D Technology and Fine Art and Craft. And so it's 3D printing, CNC milling, scanning. Like these are the teacups that were my mom's that we scanned and then we 3D printed and added them to the scene. So not only has this become a wonderful piece of art to look at, but it's also becoming an educational tool in something called STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. And we're creating a lot of educational material, free educational material for schools and libraries around it.
And when you talk about looking at it, what I love is that there's so much more than what you see when you first see it. You have things hidden all over this. How many?
150, and there's 60 things under the table alone. Although I have to tell you, sometimes kids come here and they look at a spot where I never put something and they said, I see the, and I go, well, okay then.
161.
So, all right.
You even have a little guy peeking out from under the table.
I love him. He's my favorite. I think he lives under there and then comes out when people are eating and he eats their crumbs. So. Yeah, and there's things from the story, and there's also things that are personal to me. Like that's the face of my brother-in-law, my deceased brother-in-law.
Really?
And then I told you the story about the Newell or the Utah teapot being the first.
Well, you told me, but you didn't tell them.
The first 3D graphics that was ever created was this Newell teapot, and it was created in 1975. And so, in an homage to the gentleman who created the 3D technology, I decided to put it in this scene because we use so much of that into the creating of the piece.
And one tip, mid-afternoon when the sun is beating down on it, it's kind of hot to sit on.
Yeah, so in the summertime, I would come before 11. In the evening, it's really nice at dusk, but until these trees mature in the park, it's going to be difficult for people to come and sit on because it becomes really hot. And the kids want to climb, and you got to sit in the dude's seat, and you got to sit next to Alice, and I love climbing on Alice's head and sitting up there, so
Bridgette,
much to do.
Thank you so much. It's an amazing addition to Houston and to the park. Thank you.
Thank you.
To find out more about the sculpture, visit alicesculpture.com. And to learn more about Bridgette's work, visit creativesculpture.com.